Honey, I'm pregnant. With that, our second speaker of the day is my wife of 2 years, Karen Woodson. Karen hails from North Carolina. She's ready for me to sit down. And she originally saw her life in a downward spiral after she divorced. Luckily for her, a global war started, and I was mobilized and sent to Fayetteville, North Carolina, where we met. The rest is history. Today, Karen will be giving speech number 5 from the Competent Communicator Manual, Friendly Skies or Not. Karen.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Today I give my speech, How Your Body Speaks, speech number 5, The Friendly Skies, or Are They? Recently, Glenn and I decided to fly to Denver unexpectedly. We entered the airport, dragging our luggage. It was not that heavy, but it's easier to roll it. We waited in line at check-in. Because it was 5 o'clock in the morning, the wait was not long. Monterey Airport has no line. We showed the TSO our IDs for the first of several times. And one by one, we put our luggage on to be weighed. And as she finished with one, we would add another. Lucky with just Glenn and I, there was only 4 to put on there. After we got our tickets, we proceeded to the gate, where we sat for only a few minutes before the boarding call was made. But before we got there, there's a little technicality. You have to go through security. When you go through security, there's a lot of preparation to do, even more so with the recent inextricable restrictions. I had ever so diligently put all my belongings in my bag, which I forgot to bring up. Removing the laptop. Why you have to remove your laptop when the bag is see-through, I do not know. And also, my little baggie of no more than 3-ounce liquids. And I placed my purse on the cart with it, along with my shoes and my jacket. All had to go through. Then he asked me, are there any liquids in your purse? I'm like, no. He said, lip gloss. So I looked. Glenn just looked at me, rolled his eyes, handed me the baggie. I took out the lip gloss, put it in there. In my state of mind, I was not thinking of lip gloss as liquid. Walked through the little gate. Luckily, I did not wear a belt, so I did not have to remove that. Went through okay. Then, again, you put your shoes back on and return everything to your bags. Glenn thought it was funny because at that time, I removed the lip gloss from the bag and put it back in my purse. Again, we got to the gate. They showed the TSO our tickets and our IDs. Showing the IDs 3 times to me seemed a little extreme, but I guess that's okay. We sat down in our seats, and luckily, we had emergency exit seats. So whereas everyone else was cramped up like this, we had lots of leg room. The only disadvantage of this is because of the doors and it being so cold, there was a slight draft, which worried me a little. But also, I literally felt like I was going to freeze during the flight. We waited for a little while. Not too long, because it was a small airplane for everyone to board. And we got on. Again, we're sitting. Seatbelts are fastened. We wait patiently as we watch the little flight attendant go through her little thing of the airbag. And make sure your seatbelt's fastened. I like the way they did a little demonstration. And we waited. And this would seem like forever. The airplane went down the runway, and finally we felt the speed increase. And as we were pushed back in our seats, we waited. And finally you felt the weightlessness, and you felt like the eagle soaring. Slowly we would turn to the left or bank to the right to steer us in the correct direction. Out the window, I watched the flat plains and the snow-covered mountains, and watched as the sun rose over the horizon until it was too bright. That is when I pulled out the laptop and began writing this speech. We had a very uneventful flight. There was not much turbulence, very little. He actually slept through the turbulence and said, "What turbulence?" But I have been on airplanes where the turbulence would just bounce you like this, and if you did not have the seatbelt on, you probably would have bounced literally out of your seat. Finally, after about 2 hours, we reached our destination. And again, the seatbelt light came on, so we so diligently made sure our seatbelts were fastened. And as we bounced a little bit on the runway as we landed, again, we were pushed back in our seats as the speed decreased, and we slowly made it to the gate. All in all, the flight was not bad at all. And if all flights were as easy as this one, maybe next time I would not be so nervous about flying and not chew my nails worrying about the flight. Mr. Toastmaster.